717, Bob Zdora here for This Week in Real Estate. For all your real estate needs, Z-Team, the award-winning Z-Team, I should say, 870-405-0793. Hi.
Morning.
How you doing?
Good, good.
Happy Easter?
It was beautiful.
Yes, it was.
Services were great, and the rest of the day was great. We had some people over for dinner, and it was just a spectacular day.
It was. Very nice.
Yeah. My honey did a great job cooking and preparing everything, and we had some clients who brought us back some kielbasa and some other...
some real kielbasa.
Some real kielbasa, yes, indeed.
And pierogies.
And we had...
I'm telling you, if I'd have crossed the bridge and made a left, I'd have found it.
You would have found it. You would have found it. A little tough, though, with all these guys burning their fields. I don't get all this.
Yeah, but I tell you, a
Everything
good kielbasa cooking on the grill, or even if you boil it like some do, you can still smell it. It don't matter.
Oh, wonderful.
Baked with sauerkraut, oh my God.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Just
making
that
me
good
hungry,
texture
guys.
and
Come on.
stuff. Very good, very good. And an ice cream cake.
Ooh, sounds good.
What more could you ask for? Bob?
That's why I put the donut back. When I thought about it, I was like, nah, I don't.
No donuts today?
No
after all
donuts
that, huh?
today. No donuts today. So we'll be out in the barn moving some metal around, trying
There
to
you
get
go.
get
Busy
some
week
stuff
in real
done.
estate this week?
Yeah. We have some closings this week, and there's stuff going on, and it's just trying to find new ways to help people and help explain things to them. People don't always understand the process, and the educational part of what we do is so important for people to help them make good informed decisions, as I like to say. And one of the things that come up that people don't always understand is the agency, as far as being a buyer's agent and being a seller's agent, and who's responsible for what and who does what. And in Arkansas, we have actually three types of agencies. We have buyer's agents, which is someone who's just representing the buyer, and they're working for that buyer to help them find a home. Then we have seller's agency. When we go out and we do a listing, we're representing the seller, and when a contract comes in, we do what we can do to help move the process along. And also in Arkansas, we have what's called dual agency, and that means that you can represent both the buyer and the seller. Some people may think, well, you're working for the seller, or really you're working for the buyer. What we have done over the years, because of the two of us, is Linda will take one, I'll take the other, and it's generally who we started with to begin with, and it's worked great. And we've had spirited conversations as far as the negotiations and stuff, as far as where we are with this, and it's really worked well with the dual agency for us. I mean, it takes that in theory, and when you look at it, you go, well, yeah, but you're still working for the same company and you're still doing the same. But I think that we get a better presentation, a better representation for the clients on that, and having both sides, having any side of an offer is really. I'm representing Century 21. I'm representing Jewel Pendergast in all deals, all listings. No matter, we may talk about the Z-Team listings and stuff like that, and those are listings that we went out and negotiated with people to get that listing. But all the listings belong to Jewel. They belong to Century 21, and that's the same for every agent that works here in any MLS system. The listings are run by the principal brokers of these brokerage houses, Century 21, Pegler, whatever it may be. That's how that works, and people don't always understand. Sometimes somebody will say to me, "Oh, well, we worked with one of your, we have one of your listings. We listed with you. Well, they didn't list with me. First of all, they didn't list with the Z-Team. They listed with somebody else, but they think it's Century 21. They don't realize how all that comes together and what it takes to get that done. These are all enacted by law within the state of Arkansas and all the other 49 states, as far as I'm aware of, just to help protect. There's consumer protection in there to make sure that the consumers are on both sides are properly represented and that their rights are protected going forward. You want to make sure that we go you can always go back to the old days and you hear stories and things like that in any business. I mean, there's police business out there. There's a lot of places, a lot of things that go on that used to be that aren't anymore. And Arkansas truly has led the way in real estate reform and how things get done. They've done a great job. The attorneys, the work for the Arkansas Realtors Association, we're not an adversarial state. Some of these real estate commissions are like, they're out, it seems like their main function is to punish agents for malfeasance of some sort, some minor infraction or whatever. Whereas here, the lawyers get together and they say, okay, what can we do to make this better? And everybody's happy at the end of the day. The clients are happy. The agents are happy, and you're not ducking, constantly worrying about you're going to get a subpoena to go to Little Rock and explain this or that. The agency here has worked very well. We are buyer's agents. We have a designation from NAR for that, and we have obviously listed a few properties in the time that we've been here, and a big part of that is representing the sellers on those. And to be able to do dual agency and be able to help both sides of a deal come together, be happy at the end of the day, shake hands at the table, and everybody walk away with a smile on their face, that's nirvana. That's the best you can do,
There you go.
when
Good.
you get that to happen. So if you have any questions about agency or anything, you can give me a call. I'm at 870-405-5407. But just stuff to keep in mind, because there's the market being the way it is. Sometimes things you get through stuff faster, and you're not thinking that you think that everybody knows the whole process, and obviously they don't, because when's the last time you bought a house? It's been a while probably, and things have changed since then. Sir.
Just for clarity, if I call the Z team and I speak to you personally, and I want you to represent me, I'm looking for a home.
Yes.
There's legal document to be signed
Yes.
at that point to address you as the buyer's agent, correct?
Yeah, and there's things that you can do. I've spoken about using a buyer's rep for if you're going to look for like a for sale by owner. If you're looking to do that, you want to have a buyer's rep represent you throughout the process. Make sure that everything gets done. And there's documentation for that. There's provisions in there for payment, for professional service fees, for who gets what and how they get it. And we've done that several times with people who were buying stuff that they just weren't sure of.
People just need to understand that it's because Bob Zdora says, well, I'm your agent. That doesn't mean that unless you sign that document, you're not bound until everything's dotted.
Right. And that's why the lawyers are on. That's why
Right.
they take everything. They generate all these forms and all the things that need to get done, just for that reason. So there's a regular form that's made out to be a buyer's representative. There's in some areas they won't even take you out to look at homes unless you sign the buyer's rep. We don't. Some do here, some don't. It's just. It's going to come around that everybody's going to have to do it because it's becoming more prevalent in other states, and people are becoming more used to doing that. That you're kind of bound to that agent then, and there can be some give and take with that, because that can go both ways. Sometimes the client may not be real crazy about the agent, but there's occasions where maybe the agent knows that this just isn't going to work with the client. There's just
Wow.
not going to work sometimes. So
A lot of good
you
education
may make
here.
a recommendation and say, look, we're going to put you with with Agent Jones here, and they're going to be able to help you out. Just personalities.
Wow.
It's like any other business.
Sure.
It's like anything that you do. Some personalities click, some not as much.
Looking at the calendar, April 5th, and I was thinking, a lot of folks, well, let's wait till after winter. Let's look at this in spring.
Oh, yeah.
Now, here's spring. It's like we've crawled out under the rock of winter and COVID, and hopefully things get back to normal. Do you see kind of an acceleration going on in, more real estate activity because
Well,
graduations are coming up
sure.
for high school and colleges?
Yeah.
There could be some empty nest syndromes. There could be some retirements coming up.
And there's some people that are moving from where they are to here. There's some people that are moving from here to other places because of job opportunities and stuff. I mean, the job market has changed quite a bit over the past year. And so people that are living here are finding that they're going to have to go someplace else for a job because there's vacancies there. Their skill set is something that some other manufacturer may need. I mean, look at Texas with SpaceX and the things that are going on with Musk down there. There's some great opportunities for people, and so some people are going to avail themselves, and there's some very talented people here in this area. Some of them may end up there. Yeah. It's just life, you know. Those kind of things go on, and we'll go forward. People are still going to want to come here no matter what. We'll see what the summer brings nationwide going forward. COVID's slowing down. That's a good thing.
That's a good thing.
The number of people that have had at least one shot. And we got ours last Wednesday, and a couple of weeks we'll go back. We're scheduled. Shout out to Baxter. They did. If you've been there, you know. I mean, it is smooth as butter. You park, you go in. What's your name? They got all the alphabet things in there. If you're in this, A, B, Q, R, whatever it may be, you get in there. Boom. They turn people through that thing.
Good.
Amazing. Just amazing. So, Baxter Regional, big shout out.
There you go.
Yeah.
Let's look at some numbers.
This week in real estate, there were 43 new listings came on, 2 commercial properties, 20 parcels of land, 21 homes came on the market, and they came on in a range from $499,000 to $26,000. 4 of those came on as active contingent. Average sale price coming on the market was $182,000. There were 35 sales, 2 commercial properties, 12 parcels of land, 21 homes sold. They sold from $399,000 to $35,000. Average sale price last week was $189,000 with 107 days on market. Still did $3.9 million in residential real estate closed this past week. 9 properties expired, 22 had price changes. There's 135 pendings. Those are homes that are marching to closing. We're currently, it's 135 pendings, and there's currently 135 homes listed on the MLS. So I guess we're at the break-even point. 48 Mountain Home, 9 in Bull Shoals, 2 in Cotter. Year to date, there's been 237 homes have sold for $42.7 million.
42.7?
42.7. Average time on market is 98 days. The average sale price this year has been $180,000. That's an appreciable difference. Because last year, there had been 225 homes that sold for $34.8 million with 147 days on market. Average sale price last year, which was up from the year before, but the average sale price last year was $155,000. So you can see the prices are being pushed up, and some of the bigger homes are being sold, which is helping to push that number up. They're being sold in shorter time. It's busy.
Grab and go. Hey, that one's available. Let's get it.
And we're seeing some of that where people are, talking about, well, I was talking to somebody the other day and talking about buying homes that they hadn't even seen. It's like, pictures are great. My honey does a great job with that camera. But until you're standing in that room and you can see how far it actually is from me to Scooter, as opposed to a picture of me to Scooter, it really can change how your perspective of what the house is. We did one a couple of years ago. We did one, and the guy was, I think they were in Utah, and they came out and they bought the house. They put the offer in the house sight unseen. They couldn't be here, so bought the pictures and stuff. So I told him, I says, I'm not going to close this. I'm not comfortable closing this until you come. And you come and take a look at it and say yes and sign. I know what I'm getting into. Okay. A couple weeks later, we're just a few days out from closing. The couple shows up, lovely couple. They take a look and they go, well, look just like the pictures. And I was like, well, that's good. I appreciate that. My honey appreciates that. But you needed to be standing in there.
Yes.
And they did, and they closed, and everything went just fine. But it's just hard to tell. I mean, you see some pictures. If you've been looking at houses, sometimes you look at the pictures, and then you go to the house and you go, really?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it doesn't always, they don't always transfer the same, pictures don't always transfer the same as real life.
It's
So-
hard to get the full dimensions in there.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is. It is.
Yeah.
So these just, and that's what we do. And we'll go out. We've taken pictures for people that were in other states, and we've zoomed through. And I got an Apple Mini and an iPad Mini, and we'll go through, and I'll talk my way through. I get the headset, and we'll talk our way through, take pictures, and then they go, "Oh, what's in that cabinet over there?" Oh, hold on, and open it up and show that it's a pantry or whatever it may
Sure.
be, and
Fun.
that's what we do.
good.
That's the service. That's something that we do, and that's why you call the Z team. Call my
Well,
honey.
That's why you get the awards that state about that
That's-
tall 2 years in a row.
2 years in a
because
row.
It's
Yeah, I mean,
outstanding
it's-
customer service. For
the
buyer,
concept
the
that 2 years
seller.
in a row is like, wow. But give my honey a call. She's at 870-405-0793. The website is retired2arkansas.net. The whole MLS is on there. There's a bunch of other information on there as well. But take a look and see what our listings look like compared to some others, and you'll be happy that you did. It's a fast-moving market. We'll make sure that you're ready, asking you the right questions and making sure you have the right answers before we start to go forward, so that you are fully aware of the process as we're going forward. That's the most important thing.
Bob and Linda Zdora for all your real estate needs. 870-405-0793. Retire to Arkansas.net. Coming up, Missing Monday with the Morgan Nick Foundation. Be right back.